today we have with us a very special change maker, Mr. Maneswar, who is the founder of Eternal Life Fellowship Society. Eternal Life Fellowship Society works to benefit poor, marginalized, and underprivileged people, and their aim is to uplift every section of the society, irrespective of their gender, caste, and creed. सबसे पहले तो welcome sir and thank you अपने busy schedule से time देने के लिए sir.
Thank you. It is my privilege. Yeah.
Thank you sir. तो मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन यही है कि जब मैं आपकी वेबसाइट देख रही थी, आई केम टू नो अबाउट योर स्टोरी ऑफ जॉइनिंग इन आर्मी. आपने कैसे आफ्टर कंटिन्यूअस फेलियर आपने आर्मी ज्वाइन की? सबसे पहले तो सर हम उसके बारे में जानना चाहेंगे.
Yeah. Actually, my story is very long. I will try to brief you. And
Yes, sir.
1968, 69, directly I'm just telling you how old I was. I didn't know. Maybe just born or somebody dropped me into the animal carcasses, dead animals in the village, like the jungle area. When the villages animal died, they used to throw into the jungle to where all the flesh-eating animals and birds, vultures and all, foxes are there, and the village dog also is there, like that way. I do not know how long I have been there, but I was all naked and I had no cloth. One of the days I have seen that the morning that the dogs come from the village, and by evening they used to return back. So one day I follow the dog and reach to the village, and it is no route, but wherever you can go, or direction where that will become a route like that way. So in the jungle and naked, and I had no cloth and no cleanliness, dirty. I said that, and smells coming, bad smells coming out of my body, and because no combing in hair and nothing like that way. So as I saw that family thrown out food, leftover food, dog used to eat from the dirty drains or dirty places, and I also pick up the rice corn and started eating like that way. I had no name, no love of a care and a brother, sister, mother, father, and like that way I didn't know at all. And then I had no language to speak like that way. What way I speak like that way? No word come out from my mouth. So people started me like a animal, like that way, and just kicking me out like that way, avoiding me to come near because bad smells are coming in like that way. So like this way, I used to eat from the drain. Rice corn used to pick up and eat and like that way. So it has gone many days. So one day I found that one big joint family, 3-4 daughter-in-law, they come out with their utensil to clean the utensil from the well, drawing water from the well. As they thrown away the leftover food, I used to pick up and eat. So that day they had a sympathy on me, but because of my bad smell coming out from my body and dirty look at, so they just hesitate to like that. But one of the women, she brought food and just put in the ground only, and from the ground I used to eat. And she just brought some cloth, and that cloth was oversized of me. So I just she gave me a rope and just tied around my waist and just went like that way. So like this way, then I started walk. That I felt that if I walk, then they will give me food. So that is what said that I was walking and walking and walking like that way. Many days goes like that way. So they only give me the leftover food after family eating, and because of lot of discrimination are there, that I am not allowed to go to inside. They will bring the utensil from the eating place and give it to my gate or veranda. Then I have to take to the well and wash and like that way. So that children, those who have been bigger than my age, I used to clean their potty and wash their cloth, utensil, and that muddy water that they are having in the earthen floor house. So that I have to, in a wall also, earthen that bamboos and like that way, and just mop with the muddy water. And like that way, I have to do all this mopping and sweeping, all things like that way. As a grown up, then I used to tending the cows and goat and buffalo like that way in that house. But my staying in one house of maybe 1 month or 2 months. Then as the walk over, they used to kick me out, and I have to go again many days without food. and sleeping on the grass or under a tree, like that way has been gone like this way. So, and as grown up, I think around age 12, like that way at that time, and I was plowing in a paddy field. And before that, I saw my other children are going to school. And I thought that if I could go to the school like this way, because every evening I saw in the courtyard, they used to place a mat and the laltan lamp. They used to sit around and studying their lesson. And I used to see them, that what they are doing. But that master will come and slap me on my cheek and just give me the walk, and I have to walk like that way. You are not to go to look like that way. You have no right like this way, that they used to say. So when I was plowing in paddy field and oxens were bigger than me, and I happened to hold my plow instrument, do it like that way by both hands, and oxens are very bigger than me. So I was plowing. I saw that my other students are going to the school, and if I could go to like that way, then I was thinking my concentration gone, and from my hand the plow instrument had been slipped away, and they cut the legs of the oxen in the muddy water, and I saw the aeroplane moving above my head, and I thought that people go like that way. If I keep alive, one day I will try. That was my dream. So after some time, master came and he saw whole land was bleeding with a blood, the oxygen blood and like that way. And he started me beating and laying down in the paddy field and the muddy water and just beat me in such a way as much as oxygen has not bleeded. More than that, I bled on my back like that way. So, and it was a very religious fundamentalist at that time, people. And because in Northeast Assam, those who are coming from the background of a high caste or like that way, and they have not allowed the people to go inside their houses. So it was discriminated. And then cutting the sharp blade or sharp knife, the oxen or cow, it is a great sin. And I was isolated and segregated to meeting other things that, and that I am not allowed because I committed sin. Then I have to clean myself, and they have just put muddy cow dung, muddy water, and this grass, and half milk and half water, putting like that something mantra. They just put the whole bucket of water on me, that I have been atoned from the sin. So that is that the atonement has been given and something mantra like that way. That was the situation. And what happened, working very hard and plowing in a paddy field, I used to have stomach pain. Every turn, I have to lift up the plow instrument. It is very heavy. And I used to have stomach pain. And the muddy water, dirty muddy water, my both legs, fingers were eaten by the dirty worm. And both sides, there's just a blackish like that way. So I was not able to sleep. And then I left the house all of a sudden like that way, because I was not able to tolerate and go on like that way. And going to a river bank, Branch River, Brahmaputra River, and there I just tried to commit myself, jumping, tightening my legs, and I was about to jump on the water. And then I heard a voice, and look back, nobody was there. And then my discouragement come to commit suicide in jumping to the current flowing, heavy current flowing river, that is cancelled. Then I just, without knowing any time and any direct destination, I was walking and walking and walking where my legs are taking me. I was going and going slowly. Then I reached to another village. But that village was a very developed place. And one end of the village, there is a daily market. And there I was all hungry stomach. I was not able to speak, and all that tiredness was there. Then I just indicate that I am having hungry stomach, and please give me some something to eat, and I will work for you. Then the hotel owner gave me some food, and I started working in the hotel. So like this way, it was a very easy job for me, because working in the houses as a home servant and the plowing in paddy field and doing all kind of choruses, it is very tough job for me. But working in a tea shop, it was a very easy for me, the cleaning cup and glasses and tables and mopping and sweeping. It was a very easy job for me. So it is gone maybe 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months gone. Then all of a sudden, one day, it was a border area of China, and some military people come by convoy, and they enter to the market. They stop the vehicle and enter to the market, and all used to see the military people with a uniform, and it is a very different that everybody run to see. I also gone there. Coming back to the hotel, and people sweeping tea, they were talking that to join in an Indian army, no need of education, or if you are medically, physically fit, then you will be joining in like that way. Thumb impressor. That was I over here, and that make me restlessness to join in the army. And 2, 3 months time, I just reached to the Guwahati without knowing anything, that just to find out something. And the query I put made, and that said that enrollment will be from Shillong, not from Guwahati. So I went to Shillong, and there was 20, maybe 18 boys who were there standing, and I also in that queue. But everybody pushed me back and back and back. I was the last one. And everyone has gone and turned out. And when my turn come, then I was selected and medically, physically. Then they asked me, what is your name? I said, what is called name? I have no name. They started laughing, the recruiting people. They started laughing. You do not know the name and you have no name like that way. Then they asked me, how old are you? Then I said, I must complete 13 years now, maybe 14 years. So recruiting officer said that you are too young to join in the army. You go back home, you come after 4 years. And I didn't know that to join in the Indian army is 18 years. Then I got a hotel in with this Barapani, Shillong, and I started to work in the hotel again. So they used to give me food and stuff like that. There were some little things that I developed there. And 6 month time, 3 times I was rejected. Then finally, one man told me to go to a primary school, tribal headmaster, ask for a certificate that you are 18-year-old. Then you will be able to join. So by this direction, I came to Guwahati, Dispur, and find out a very difficulty. I didn't know what is called master, what is called headmaster, but somehow query I found, and I was waiting to that headmaster to come out of the school, and he was the last one to come out of the school, and bamboo gate and all. They just he just locked the gate, and going towards his house. I was following him, and as he was going there, his house, and I was following, and whenever he turned left and right, I used to just hide myself. As he entered to his house, I also entered to his house, and he was just sitting in the veranda, and I just knelt down at his foot and just crying and holding his legs, and that's I was crying and requesting, give me a certificate that I am 18-year-old. And he was, no, he was all the time denying and denying it. Ultimately, his wife came, and this poor fellow crying anything like that, will go and give him a certificate that it would be good for him. So he came back to again school and taking me there. And when he asked me, what is your name? Again, I said, I don't know what is called the name. I have no name. What is your mother, father? Where is your mother, father? Well, I don't know about my mother, father, and like that. He just hold his hand on the head and just worrying. And then he looked at me. And he started this certificate folder. He just took and started writing. And what is the name has been given me, that was by name I know today, I am known today, till today, Maneswar Das. And what is mother, father name he has written, I didn't know about that. Whatever he has written, that is only know. And whenever I need to form a fill-up, that father, mother name has to write, always my form has been rejected because I used to write wrong name and like that. Because I do not know how to read and write and do like that way. And then when someone I take help of filling up the form, I used to say in different name. So ultimately, then I have to keep a slip with me, writing the father, mother name. Then whenever I need that, I used to write like that way. Then, long story short, with that certificate, I went back to Shillong. And there was a captain, and I told him, today I am 18-year-old, and this is my certificate. As I told to him and giving him certificate, he took the certificate from me and looked at me from top to bottom with an angry eye. Then he looked the certificate. Then he small smile past says that certificate is original but false. Police and law will be justify you whether you are 18 years or not. But with this certificate, I can enroll you, eat well enough, and grow quickly so that you will be not look like a small boy. After making all papers complete, they sent me to the mess to eat with the military people. That was the 10th November 1978. First time I have seen the food, rice separately, chapati separately, dal and vegetable this and sweet this, curd, all were separate. Before that, I didn't see food is like that way. All over the time that I was eating mixed food with rice curry and all that eating in the art, on art, so many times gone, art has been gone to my mouth like that way. So that was, my tears was coming out. Then in the evening, they gave me 20 rupees and one blanket and put me in military truck and dropped me to Guwahati railway station. There from that I came to Lucknow and I joined in Army Medical Corps. Then there is another story again that the railway station Lucknow, nobody was receiving me because I didn't look like a Fauji, that I am
Yeah.
4 years difference, too much difference. Nobody is accepting me. I was running and here and there. Then finally I saw 3-star officer was sitting in the car. Then I went to him, military car. Then I went to him, sir, I joined in the army. This is my all papers. Nobody taking me to the training center. So he looked at me and said, you joining army? He looked at the paper and said that he called Suvedar and said that this boy is joining the army. Take him to recruiting, army training center, and there he will be getting the training like that way. Then they took me to the training center, and everybody's eyes was on me. The thing is that I was too young to look at, and difference of 4 years difference, two difference. 18 to 22 years of soldiers are there, and I was the youngest. And also they speaking in English because I did not know anything. Because I used to speak spoken English because when I was in the Northeast in childhood time, a lot of ethnic groups are there. If 20 or 15 families are there in one village, that is their language is different. Another 20 kilometer other place, that another 20 families are living there. Their language is different. So the communication of that all the language talking to me, English was easy for me to communicate it. Although I know 17, 18 languages to how to speak, Garu, Khasi, Nagamis, Boru, Assamese, Bengalis, and like that way, 17, 18 languages I can speak. But English was more communicable to everyone. So when I speak in English, the people thought that I am highly educated. After 1 month's training, the company commander told me, you come to my house to teach my children. I said, I don't know how to read and write. How can I teach your children? And he got doubt that I must have been a college student and I must have killed somebody and escaped from police and burning certificate, join in Indian Army as an illiterate boy. So he made a re-police verification, then found that nothing is wrong. Then whether he said that, ultimately he said that whether you are educated or not, you have to come and teach my children. By going there to teach them, I did not know what I have taught the children, but I learned how to read ABCD and started writing my name. 6 months, I draw salary by thumb impressed. Then in November to March, I drawn salary by thumb impression. Then April, I learned how to write my name. And long story short, during my training period, I started a query about how to appear examination. With which class should I go? Now I am 15-year-old and documents I am telling 18 years old. Then to which class should I go? I cannot go to the nursery school according to my age. Then I tried to appear in 10th class examination, but in my batch in training center, 20 boys were there, and every batch is 20 boys. So 11 boys were from Bengali. They were all graduate and higher secondary pass like that way. And they have helped me, and according to my age, I should appear in a 10th examination. So they helped me how to prepare myself. And it was their big contribution in 3 years' time of my training and service. I graduated high school from Board of Secondary Education, Assam, Guwahati. Then immediately I became clerk. After becoming clerk, then I went to Aurangabad, and there I was getting the training, clerk training, and 30 months training. During 15 months my training, I became commission officer in army. Then 1986, 1983, I became commission officer in the army. Then 1986, I developed mental disbalance because my attitude and body language and my performance, and it was very attractive to the people. And people started me thinking as I am their brother or son, like that. They are showing me the love and compassion, and they know all the story about me. So that it was very difficult for me to adjust the love of brothers, sisters, or sorry, that kind of attachment. I didn't realize in before. Sorry. Then I used to get angry and keep aside, not talking to anyone, and getting angry and all the kind of things. That I was in Army Medical Corps. All the medical officers were the Bengali, nurses were from the south, so that they have been very sensitively they treated me. I got well in 2 years' time. Then I was counseled by psychologists. I become like a Hindu good priest, and I got religious teaching from Bengali Brahmin. And then I used to started performing pujas and all kind of things that I've gone through. Then I didn't get peace. My heart was something searching, that the people look at me different way, and I am getting something different, and I am not able to adjust. What is the problem? So my diagnostic was that later on I came to know adjustment reaction. So schizophrenia, my diagnostic has been told me like that. Later on I came to know. And after 2 years that I didn't know that I was having the psychological problem, and they have treated me such a way like that way. Then 89 December, I came to Delhi to learn computer. That I thought that 15 years of my service, that I will just going to get out of the army. Then I should, before I leave from army, that I should learn computer. I came to Delhi to learn computer. And there I was going to the computer institution every Saturday. I used to go to movie hall every Saturday, 6 to 9 Hindi movie, 9 to 12 English movie. So I was looking my story in the film. So I didn't get there, but Indian story is something different. All kind of loves are there showing, then separation showing like that way. And English movie is some kind of different thing like that way. Then August, in month of August, maybe August 4th, that I was across the Connaught Place Park, and now it is no more Connaught Place Park. At that time was there, and then some people from Christian background, they were distributing gospel tracts. One of the girls came forward to give me and asked me, which God do you worship? Then I said that I know Brahmin. I am a Brahmin. I know many gods and goddesses, because Christianity, I was told that is a religion for the lower caste people, not for upper caste people. And I considered myself that I am a upper caste people because I got a Brahmin, Diksha and all, so that it is not related to me like that. It was my thinking. Then she asked me, do you know Jesus? I said that I do not, I have no business with Jesus. Then she persuaded me to take to the pastor, the Christian priest called. Then he asked me some question, I gave funny answer. And he just put his hand like this way and pray for less than 1 minute. What he prayed, I did not know. Gave me a visiting card. Tomorrow, so and so place, our church service is there. You come there. Then immediately my church film going, cinema hall going, made it cancel. Then I came to the car parking and start the car and reach the room, my bag. Then take bath and started reading that small book they have given. Something got understand and something I couldn't understand. Then I eat food and sleep. Next day morning, as usual way, I used to go to mandir and perform puja and then going to mess and have breakfast and then going to duty. And that was a Sunday. Then after having breakfast, that my heart is saying that I should go to the church. Mine is saying, why should I go to the church? Church is a Christian. I'm not a Christian. Then instead of going to the television room, I reached to the church. And from Delhi Kent to this Asuka Road, YWCA, Blue Triangle, and there I was driving. And then I reached there. Before time I reached, I thought that church will be the big building. At that time, my age was like that. A lot of girls will be there, but like this was thing. But it was not a look like it's a big building, but not look like a church. It is also basement. And I was waiting and waiting that about to come out. Then church pastor whom I met yesterday in Connaught Place Park, he came with his family. And by seeing me, he recognized me and he took me to the basement hall. And there was no picture of no idol, nothing was there. And like that, people are coming with their shoes and leather belt. Normally in the temple, we are not allowed to come like this way. And as my habit of that, I sit beside the idols and people will come and touch me. I have to bless the people like that way. So that was different. And after the church, 20, 30 people were there. And they were, after worship, they have the mingling each other, talking each other, and loving each other. That is not seen in a temple. That is the second thing. And there is no picture or no idols like that. So then the pastor was, the church pastor was very intelligent. He asked me, he told me that you should buy a Bible. Then the Bible will get from what? That he said the Bible Society of India. Next day I got the Bible. So long story short, then I was reading the Bible. I found myself, can a mother forget the baby at her breast whom she has born, should have no compassion on her, on the child, and that the mother should forget, I will not forsake you, I have engraved your life on the palm of my hand. That was my turning point, that I was looking myself. The mother can forget a baby. After 9 months, she gave birth, and the situation come, she should forget. But God said, I will not forget you. I have engraved your life on the palm of my hand. That was my turning point to become Christian. 18 August 1990, I become full-fledged Christian. And then the whole Bible reading, I came to know that if you serve God, that you have to serve man. Poor, marginalized, underprivileged people you are serving through God. So providing job opportunity and working for them. That was the reason that I left army, not very easily, very tough way. 1995, I got out of the army. Then 1996, I started to work and knowing the language and culture in Ghaziabad here. Then I started making survey and then started work. And 99, we registered a society after 3 years. And then I am leading till now around 2 crore rupees we are turnover we are giving. And 60 people are, 58, 60 people are working. Nearly 7 lakh rupees per month. So we are paying the salary, job opportunity, and other thousands of poor, marginalized, underprivileged children has been graduated from our school. Many of them in good job now. And that is the work that we have been doing from this organization. That is all about my
Very,
story.
yeah. So I must tell you that this is one of the most heartwarming and interesting stories I've heard. And
Sorry.
thank you for sharing it, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. So as we know that after so much suffering and seeing so much bad things in your life, you started this NGO. What are your
Yeah.
future plans for this NGO? Where do you see
Actually,
this in future?
I have been 3 school we have, and
Okay.
that is a 2 school affiliated from Uttar Pradesh Education Board up to 8
Ji.
standard. And my plan is that the school should go up to 10+2. And
Yeah.
nowadays, land is very costly. And
Mhm.
my dream is that we should have around 4,000, 5,000 square meter land, and with
Mhm.
buildings and construction and like that way, we can go for the 10+2 schools. The Christian schools are all ICSE board, but I can go for ICSE CBSE board and affiliation up to 12 standard. Then we can contribute to nation building by bringing up the poor marginal. My target is all migrants worker from different places and different states coming to Delhi NCR. That because of the job opportunity that we can provide. Parents are working in a construction site or vegetable shop they are doing, or rickshaw pulling and all kind of things. That I want to put their children in proper quality education, providing that one day the parents can see that what they came to for the job opportunity from their villages, from their different state, and coming here, they have been, the future has been changed. Like this year, my plan is there to provide job opportunity maximum, to the people, graduate people and young people, and to provide good education and social community development. Lot of lack of education or lack of that kind of counseling, many wrong elements are taking place in society that we can do for like that way. The women empowerment is one of the big issues like that way, in different way. Economical empowerment or women empowerment, physical empowerment is very much needed in the community. So that is
Yes,
what I am experiencing the society so many years working. I found that poor people, how they are living. The community, the people are living, the one community, they are living in the apartment, big apartment. Their building cost, maybe apartment cost, maybe 1 crore or 2 crore like that way, and they're earning maybe 100,000, more than 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees like that way. But the same area, people are surviving with 5,000, 10,000. They are earning 3, 4 children. That is a condition is a put too much disparity is there. So that how can we may equal the buildings, the parents, they work as a construction worker, and the children, when they grow, they should have that much capacity that where fathers and mothers work, that apartment they can buy and live that. In the same apartment, my father, my mother work, and now I am in a capacity of their son or daughter able to buy where they have worked hard, and we are owner of one of the apartment. Like this, I can say that is my dream to do like that.
that's very nice, sir. So we
Yeah,
all know that past few years there was a COVID time. So वो
yeah,
situation बहुत ज़्यादा difficulty for everyone.
yeah, yeah.
So you being serving the society, आपके लिए how did you deal
Uh,
with that situation,
yeah,
COVID
yeah, that's
situation?
a big, good question. Actually, before COVID started, March 2020,
Yes,
and
sir.
I had a lot of food stock balance, and we have 75 student sponsorship from Hong Kong government, Hong Kong people, not government, Hong Kong people. And
Yeah.
because before COVID started, we have a lot of food grains stock in our store. So I immediately, when the people started moving from town to their village, native place, on walk, no vehicle, nothing is like that. The people were pregnant women, everybody seen that. The people, no sappal, no juta, they are just walking and walking and walking like that way. So I took permission from my Hong Kong donor that we have a lot of food grants. Can we start giving food? They said, go on doing, do it like that. We are raising fund and we are getting the news from India. We are raising funds for you. Go on doing. So thousands of people, we provide cooked food packet on the road. My all police come and they cook food. We do not have hired any cook outsider. That our own people, that own colleagues, they have been to just cook food. Thousands of packets that every day we are providing food for all the people, those who are in the road. Then we selected people that our 54 family, from 54 families, 75 students are there. These 54 family, we are providing food grants, monthly food grants, because children are not able to come to the schools like that way. Also, I have seen the poor children, poor family, they don't have the phone, and they do not have the smartphone. There are few phone they have, they cannot connect the internet or any website like that way. And that online classes have to give. Then I instructed my all teachers that you should prepare notes, buy stationery and prepare the notes, because our children do not have that access of a smartphone that we can provide them like that Zoom classes, that you provide the notes. They work very hard for every classes, every syllabus says that the children should not spoil their study, or it was a good that they have not spoiled their eyes and brains and like that way in the Zoom classes, but they have been given the notes like that way. And that is the education that we provided for our two school like that way. And then that our donor said that we have a lot of funds, and then you go on to distributing food. Then we selected 75 families again. Then 54 already we had. Then altogether 390 families, 319 family, 319 family from March 2020 to September 21st, we provide food for them. So it's still that people are grateful for us that the COVID time, that we have not allowed the people to go on starvation, but they provided food from us like that. It's a great job that we have done. Our website or our that Facebook, you can see that how much the
Yeah.
work that we have done like that way.
Yeah, sir. I've
It's a
seen
great
that. I've
job.
seen your website. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. I must say it's very impressive. After reading
yeah,
all the works you have done and after like looking what you aim to, I was really much like I was happy to see that we still
yeah,
have such people in the society who are working. And
yeah,
also this one line in your website that you do everything to serve God. That
yeah,
line really attracted me.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
you're doing everything for the God,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
best thing I've heard,
Irrespective
sir.
any caste and creed and religion, just working
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
God, that serving the
definitely.
people. That is like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So my next question is that, as you said that you do so much for the people and everything, how do you get the volunteers for that, like for your NGO?
We do not have a volunteer. All the paid staff
Okay.
we have with me. We do not have any volunteer. And
Okay.
we need the volunteers, but we don't have the volunteers. But we are
Okay.
all paid staffs are there.
Okay. So everyone is paid for what
Everyone
job
paid.
they do.
Paid, yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Definitely, sir. Okay, so sir, last question. आपने
Yeah.
इतना कुछ देखा है लाइफ में. So, what is your message to the society? How do you want that people should work in this sector? People should help each other. People
Yeah.
should not discriminate and all these things. What is your message to the society, sir?
My next, this is about to say to the society, bedtime always not be the bedtime. When the day is there, night is there. Over the
Right.
night, then they come.
Yes,
So
definitely.
sickness and problems is a guest in your life. वो लोग मेहमान हैं.
जी
परेशानी
जी.
गरीबी मुश्किल जो है ना कुछ दिनों के लिए मेहमान है वो हमेशा नहीं रहेगा परंतु
हम्म.
यू शुड हैव ए गोल आपको आपके जीवन में एक लक्ष्य होना चाहिए मैं कुछ करूंगा मैं अपने लिए कुछ करूंगा समाज के लिए कुछ करूंगा अगर ऐसी दर्शन को लेकर के अगर गोल को लेकर के चलता है रियली लाइफ विल बी वेरी सक्सेसफुल दैट इज माय मैसेज so
Definitely.
anyway, that the young people, I want to encourage that you should have a goal. That I used to tell today in the church also, I say, you go for civil service, you no need to make a lot of study. If you
Yeah.
rememorize the class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Mhm.
and all civil service questions come from the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books only. If you prepare
Yeah.
with the current affairs and current knowledge, and civil
Mhm.
service is sure, but other
Mhm.
service you cannot get, but civil service
Yeah.
you can get easily. So I was
Yes.
challenging to the young people like that way, going like this way. That is the most important that now we should not neglect. But I have seen class 6, 7, 8 onwards, students used to go in the wrong direction. Nowadays, social media also making a lot of things. A lot of good things are there, many bad things are
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is
Correct.
my message to that now. Should
Yeah.
not give up life, and life is challenge, and you should to challenge it. Ultimately, you get success.